Windows User Tips 8. This is about Windows Search. Switching to my computer number 2 here. Here's the Windows Search field in the bottom left corner. I've got it displayed here. If you don't see the search field there, you can come to any blank area of your taskbar or come to the date and time, click your right mouse button for a context menu, come up to search, and you can choose hidden, search icon, or search box. I have it selected on search box. That's why you see the check mark there. To get active into that search field, I can press the Windows key on the keyboard and start typing, or I could click over here in the search box and start typing. If you have the search field hidden, it's enough to press the Windows key. You won't see the box yet, but as soon as you start typing, you will see the search field box. Now, what I usually use this field for is for running some kind of a program. So I'll press the Windows key, type CMD. So that gets me to a DOS command prompt. Let's backspace over that. I might do NOTE to get to Notepad. I might do CALC to get to Calculator. What else do I do? Excel, that'll get me there. Or maybe, did I already do Paint? I think I did. But anyway, you can just type a program name that's on your computer and get to that. But let's see what else we can do with that. So how about if there's something going to happen at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time and you want to know what local time is. So 9:30. At that point, it's just doing a web search for something at 9:30. It doesn't know what you mean. If you add PM to that, now it thinks that you want something at 9:30 p.m., but you haven't put in a time zone yet. So I'll put space bar and then EDT for Eastern Daylight Time, and then Windows figures, oh, you're not in Eastern Daylight Time. Maybe you want a conversion. So it's just automatically converting to my local time, which is Pacific Daylight Time, for 6:30 p.m. So that was a really quick and easy way to get something. Now, how about 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time equals Mountain Time? MT, will that do it? There's Mountain Daylight Time. Mountain Daylight, they don't change. They have, I thought it's just Mountain Standard Time because I don't think they change. But anyway, then, so any other time zone across the country. So let's see, GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. And it'll tell us when that is. So that's sweet. So how about if you hear somebody's got 24 degrees Celsius where they live, so 24 C. And what does it come up with that? Well, Lowell City Airport, that doesn't help, but we want 20 degrees C equals, and then even here, it's enough to assume that we want Fahrenheit. We're telling it we want to do some kind of conversion. If that didn't work, I could add a space F to specify I want Fahrenheit. So what else? Somebody asked a question, how far is the moon? So maybe I put moon miles, moon distance in miles. Does that get that to me? Yes, it does. So it's a very quick, easy way to search for an answer for many, many, many things. Now, let's look at some other things. How about if you want to find a file? I have this happen on occasion. A client has lost a file or they're trying to find a file. They don't know what they named it. They don't know what folder they stored it in. Maybe it's moved to a different folder, something back in history. So there's a document that I had worked on quite some time ago, and I'm going to pause this right now because I've got to take care of something. Okay, resume recording, and what I'm going to do here is search for documents that I don't remember where I stored it or what file name it was, but I know something about was contained inside the document. So here I'm going to type cobwebs because I know I have something in the past that I did document that had the word cobwebs in it, but I don't know where it is. I can't find it. Well, if we come over here to click documents, so that's going to make it search through this computer, and I find house cleaning list. And this shows that it was modified today and not too long ago. Well, that's because I opened it and took a look at it. I was looking for something that I could search for that's contained within a file. So I'm going to show you that this word cobwebs is actually in here, and then we're going to take this a little bit further. So there's the word cobwebs right there for once per month. So close that. Now let's try some other things that I haven't actually opened those documents, right? Because this actually works for something you haven't opened a document for. So Intrepid was the name of a car that I used to have. So again, I'll go to documents here. So it's inside this credit and mileage. It's inside here. It's found inside each of these documents. Now notice the search line. It says documents : Intrepid. So rather than going through that whole thing, I could go demonstrate some other searches. So let's say pilot, because I am a private pilot. Well, here's a whole bunch of stuff that has the word pilot in it, and there's probably more. Then let's go try something else. So let's see, I'll take the name of a friend of mine. And that's, yeah, there I typed it right. He's in a whole bunch of documents because he was on a board of directors with the aviation club that I was part of. And then let's try Verizon. So that's a cell phone, obviously. Well, here the word Verizon is actually in the name of the file, so that's easy to find. But this works because this computer has indexing turned on for indexing file contents. So if I right click on the C drive, choose properties, and see here this check mark for allow files to have contents indexed. On my computer number 3 over here, those things don't work. If I go down here and do cobwebs, then click on documents, it doesn't find it, and that's because this computer doesn't have file contents indexing turned on. I come over here to the C drive and right click and choose properties. We see right here this check mark is removed. So it's a neat thing to be able to find old documents this way. Coming back here to this computer, come into the search field again. Now let me point also that all of those files that I had searched for were being found in OneDrive, and OneDrive on this computer, the files are actually in the web. They're not physically stored on this computer. On my computer number 3, they are physically stored on this computer, but yet still couldn't find them. So this is even finding the contents of files that are stored in the cloud and aren't physically on this computer. Now let's take into the next area here I want to go into is this 3-dot menu up here. If I click on that, I get these 2 options here, search settings and indexing options. I'm interested in going into to show you something about that. Then this piece here is give feedback to Microsoft, and this one here is Microsoft rewards balance. You actually get rewards from Microsoft for doing searches through Bing, and this is Bing that's doing these searches. I think I looked at once upon a time what you get with that. I'm not really interested or don't care. Now, search settings and indexing options. I wish it would have named these different, because when I click on search settings, that takes me into permissions and history. Permissions and history. Notice the sibling to this is searching windows. So permission and history corresponds to search settings. Indexing options corresponds to searching windows. So I wish it would have made that consistent. But this permissions and history has to do with the web search portion of this, and safe search. This has to do with what you're going to filter out in terms of adult content, and is it going to use a Microsoft account, work or school account, and so on. I want to get over here to the searching windows. This is it showing here that I've got indexed items 16,000, almost 17,000. Now, on some computers, the searching contents and having that enabled, there are certain circumstances where that really gets unwieldy and slows the computer down. So I want to show you how to figure out whether indexing is causing you a problem. So classic searches only your libraries and desktop. Enhanced searches PC, libraries, including custom search, initial crawl of data, yada, yada. So all I've demonstrated so far is with this classic search. These folders are excluded by default because they're not going to be containing documents. Index your performance, respect power mode settings in case you're on a laptop so that it doesn't spend time indexing files. Well, if you're on on battery power. Now, advanced search or index settings, this is what I want to get to. Go to advanced, and then right here it shows us where these files are located. So I just highlighted that, press Control-C to copy, press the Windows key to get to the search field, and then Control-V to paste it there. Oh, you know what? This shows up something that I forgot to tell you about. You know, if you do Windows key R, you can type in such as this C:\users to get Windows Explorer, but you can do the same thing with just the Windows key if you type C:\users. So if you want to get into File Explorer for a particular directory, that's a little more direct way to get there. But so here we're in this Microsoft folder. here's this search folder. Double click on that, double click on data, and you'll have to allow permissions. You have to have administrator rights on your computer for this to work. So click continue, and then double click on applications, double click on Windows, and then right down here, this file that has a fairly large size, this is the index that contains all that information of the index content. So this computer is showing 81 megabytes of space that's occupying it. So Windows.edb, that's Exchange Database is what that stands for. If you have a really huge file here, and these can get up into gigabytes, they can get into hundreds of gigabytes if there's a problem on your computer. So in that case, you want to reset indexing, disable indexing, and have here's a delete and rebuild index. That should do it. There is also back troubleshoot, search and indexing. So that may help you fix a problem if you're having a problem. So let's see, was there anything else I want to do in here? I don't think so. I think I've pretty much covered it, taken a quick look around. Now, I didn't ask specifically for the web or for more. I think those are fairly obvious. So you could be searching just through your email from here. Now, I think that might only work if you're using Windows Mail. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. And then, of course, all these other options that you could be searching for, and there's way too much to go through. That'll do it for this video. I hope this was useful. So if you want to reach out to me for anything, there's the email address. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.